Hello and welcome, y'all. Hey, hey, hey. Happy Sunday to everyone. Happy day. Be happy. That's what my shirt say. It just say be happy. So let me ask you a question. So, what are you talking about? And when I ask what are you talking about, I'm talking about what is your self-talk? What are you talking about to you? We especially when we get in around 50, 45. Now don't get me wrong, you could be younger and do it, but I guess my circle that I talk to, but then I talk to my nieces too, and they're in their 30s. So yeah, my question to you is, what are you talking about? What are you talking about to you? What do you say to yourself when you look yourself in the mirror? When you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you say to you? Do you say, "Oh, you so beautiful. Oh, oh, you look so happy today," or do you look and be like, "Oh, I got that pimple on my. Oh, that's so ugly. Oh, I got these circles around my eyes," or do you be like, "Oh, my teeth, they need to be brighter. They are yellow." What are you talking about to you? This is very, very important. Your self-talk is very, very important in life because what you speak to yourself, you create. So if you're going around, all my friends already know, okay? So this is not directed towards you, but y'all know what happens when we're on the phone and you start talking negative talk or just, and I'm not even gonna call it negative talk. I'm gonna say not being aware of what you're saying, because our negative talk can be very not aware talk can be very subtle. And what I mean by subtle, you're so used to doing a thing, it just falls out your mouth. For example, you're walking through the house and you have something in your hand and you drop it. And you be like, "Oh, I'm so clumsy." And then you talking to somebody else and you talking to them on the phone and you be like, "Girl, you know I'm clumsy." Do you know you're speaking life to yourself? You're calling yourself clumsy. So guess what's going to happen when you call yourself clumsy? You're going to get more of clumsy. What happens when you tell yourself, now don't get me wrong. We all could, well, I'm not going to say all of us. I'm going to say that, yes, maybe you are overweight. However, you don't have to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, "Oh, I'm so fat. Oh, look at this roll on me. Oh, every time I eat, girl, everything I eat go to my midsection." Well, guess what's going to happen if you speak those words? Every time you eat something, it's actually going to go to your midsection. What am I saying today? I'm saying that you have to be aware of what you're speaking out of your mouth. You're the only one that can be responsible for that. No one can want that for you. They can want it for you, but they can't will it for you. People cannot will for you not to be negative, not to talk negative. I don't care how much they pray and be on their knees praying for you. You are responsible for the words that come out of your mouth, because we are responsible, including me. I'm responsible for the words that come out of my mouth. And so I make a mental note. I try my best to stay in awareness, so I'm mindful of what I'm speaking to myself. So the next time you find yourself just moving throughout your day and something happens and it may not be favorable to you, don't be mean to yourself. Be kind to yourself. If you drop something, it is what it is. If you look in the mirror and you have a pimple that popped out on your face because you ate a half a cheesecake yesterday, and you know that that's what happens when you eat dairy and start coming out through your skin, don't beat yourself up. And let's talk about that piece of cheesecake. If you desire to eat a piece of cheesecake, as my holistic practitioner say, whatever you decide, be okay with your decision. Because what happens is when you do something and you're not okay with it, then that's when you start to beat yourself up about it. So what am I saying? I'm saying be aware of your self-talk. Be kind to you. Love you. That's part of self-care. That's part of self-love when you start speaking beautiful things to yourself. Because when you start speaking those things to yourself, guess what starts to happen? You start to believe them. The same way you do when you speak negative things to yourself. You start to believe that stuff, and that's why you end up walking around being exactly what you said you were. With that being said, thank you for tuning in. Be good to you. Be mindful of the words that you're speaking out of your mouth about you. And not to let me say this. Keep your mouth off of people. What do I mean about keeping your mouth off of people? Stop gossiping about people. Because when you put your mouth on other people, you're putting your mouth on you. Now, I know that's a big one, and that can be very subtle because we just be like, oh, well, did you see her hair? No, I didn't see her hair. Okay? So with that being said, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you all next time. Be mindful of what you're talking, what you're speaking to yourself.